Hello. I thought I'd give a quick tour of the bunker. If you haven't been to our house, you've probably heard a lot about it. It's my special place, and it also holds a lot of our memories and treasures. So here we go. I'll give you a quick panorama. So this main room is about 20, I'd say 20 by 25. And it was originally lived in, and there used to be a kitchen on one wall. But now it's our library, music room, and craft room. There's a long room to one side, which we're going into, which is the kitchenette and the bathroom. I think this was intended to be a shower, but it's where the hot water heater is. So there's just a half bath in the back. And fully equipped, I've got my coffee maker here and a microwave. So if I have company or just can't leave something alone, I can eat out here. Anything, you can do everything but shower. And we have a refrigerator, which is refrigerator top and bottom, and it's basically our wine storage and extra room during the holidays. This is an old sideboard, which I just adore. Right now it's a liquor cabinet, again, just in case I have company. And these cabinets, which are fantastic, I got them after the other cabinets were ruined in the flood. They are full of stuff. Pretty well organized, but full. I'm gradually going through and getting rid of a few things. I don't do cross stitch anymore, so I've been getting rid of that. Big window, and in this window you can see how thick the walls are. And our wonderful Mitsubishi or GE heater and cooler works wonderfully. A favorite bookcase which has all our antique books. But notice how the walls on one side are thicker than the other. Can you see that? We have no idea why. It's crazy. This room has about 30 outlets in it, which is another crazy thing. This is my little loom. It's about a 18-inch loom made by Mountain Looms, who are out of business. And that's my first project. All I have to do is seam the end, and it's ready to come off the loom. Our stereo system, which is antiquated, but it allows us to play. It's got a 100 CD changer, and of course we've got all our LPs, and we recently got a turntable that worked. Another one of my favorite pieces of furniture, a mid-century piece that I just can't part with. I just love that one. We've got a corner cabinet and bookshelves, again, that we got after the flood. They don't go all the way to the ground, so if we ever have a flood again, the cabinets will be safe, and they're solid wood. Okay, this little heap over here, this is brown paper that I used during weaving, but underneath it is a tub full of stained glass, so we just need to encourage Bruce to start doing stained glass again. This is my embroidery machine, so it does nothing but embroidery. It does a 4x4 hoop and a 5x8. It's just an entry level, but it does everything I need it to do. Here's my straight stitch, which is just a very basic 30-year-old sewing machine. That's the way I like my sewing machines. Not that I wouldn't love to have a $3,000 sewing machine, but this one's fine. That's my project board. So I have projects that have been sitting undone, which I'm slowly working through. It's got my spinning stash, the fibers, and then it's got things that are done, which is a little behind. Since the quarantine, I've been getting a lot done. I've got thread for the embroidery machine, and this cabinet is mostly patterns. This heap here is Bruce's stained glass table. Now I can clean it off quickly if he decides to do stained glass. All his equipment is down below, cutting, polishing equipment for stained glass. And this is the famous bead cabinet. It's an old Hoosier cabinet, which is a kitchen cabinet. At this point, it's probably an antique. It's full of beads, nothing but beads, and other jewelry making supplies. And I got into it today. I'm going to try some jewelry macrame. So, and on top of it are 2 geese that my dad made. So let's go in the bedroom now. This is an old spinning wheel that just barely works. Someday I'll refurbish it. But it's the only wheel I have that's the style that people expect a spinning wheel to be. So I keep it, if nothing else, for a show and tell. Okay, the bedroom is nice size. It's got a double bed in it, some cabinets that are sort of our memory cabinets, 2 nice size windows, and this cabinet is all fiber for spinning. I also have a tremendous collection of bags, just more than I'd ever want. And, oh, one of my mom's paintings. Another air conditioning unit. Again, our memory cabinet. Carving my dad did. Books on Santa Cruz and Watsonville. And that little framed picture is actually how we took a shower during the earthquake in 1989. Again, several books on Santa Cruz and Watsonville. Books from our travels. A toy my dad made. And just fun. And the closet. So this is 90% of my fabric and yarn. There's a little bit in the attic, less than Bruce thinks there is. So this is, that panel in the back is the alarm system that came with the house that we don't use. But this is my fabric, which needs to be refolded. The stacks have gotten unruly. I did a quilt and then I did a bunch of masks and it just gets messed up very easily. But this closet is about 5 feet wide and I don't know how long, but it's wonderful, the best. And I know where mostly everything is. You can see the yarn in the bins. There's some yarn down below. I teach craft classes, so there's supplies for different craft classes I've taught. But it's, this is my space, so it is what it is. So that's it. That's the bunker. The doors are big metal doors. We've talked about that. And it's just my happy place. The best investment I ever made was this table, this drop leaf table, which opens up to be about 8 feet. I've got one of the sides dropped. If you sew and have the space, you will never regret getting this table. It is wonderful. I think I've had it for 30 years. Same with the sewing machine table. I got that from the same manufacturer. So the sewing machine lowers down under the table so it can be a flat surface. So if I'm using the serger, which down in here I have a serger, I can put it on there, or I can pull out this drawer and have both sewing machines going. So again, this is my little happy space. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Bye.